Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper 1. I want to make a follow-up to the video. A lot of people were negative in the sense that, there's people on the list that shouldn't be on the list, and I totally agree with that. I don't have the power to change the policy of the United States government or states. You can be put on that list for some stupid things. You can be accused of things and put on that list. Some of those could be if you urinate in public. You can be placed on that list as a sexual offender. If you were a few months shy or had sex with someone that's a few months shy of the legal age, statutory rape, you can be placed on this. That's why I said do your research and find out who's in your little bubble. I know preppers are labeled as crazy kooks, and we're not crazy kooks. So, labeling someone on there is wrong. That's why I think I said 3 times, this isn't to threaten them or wanting to cause them harm. Just the opposite. When the internet goes down, it is final if it goes down for good. And all of us will be like, man, I should have downloaded that information on how to make soap, or I should have researched, where these resources are in our community. We're all going to say that, and we're going to kick ourselves. So one thing we can do is download and figure out who in our community has been put on the sexual predator list. There are some very, very bad people. If you compare the sexual predator list and you do some research on those people, some of them have a rap sheet a mile long. Granted, maybe they're on the list for another stupid reason and they're not really a sexual predator. You need to gather this information. If you're seriously a prepper and you're concerned about your community, the reason is during this time someone might get raped or abused and we don't know who did it. Trust me, somebody is going to holler out and say, Joe, my neighbor's a sexual offender. Now Joe is going to be in big trouble. But if you've done your duty and you've done your research, you can say, hey, you know what, yeah, Joe's on there because he urinated in public, or Joe's on there because he was charged with statutory rape because he had sex with his girlfriend 2 months before the legal age for her. That will also help those people in your community, because as soon as the databases go down and all the ways that go through the legal system goes down, when someone says something like that, hey, Joe's a rapist, he's on the sexual predator list, you could have some problems. You could have someone getting lynched or hung up really quick or shot just because these rumors are floating around. So information is going to be key in a grid down situation. Information to do things, information where resources are, and even information of the truth. So people are like very negative about this list because certain people could be on there and they're not charged. That's fine. Having that list might help them in the long run by saying, hey, and if you went to talk to one of these people that are on the list and you had no information other than someone said that they were on the sexual predator list, it's going to be hard. You're going to have to take their word for it. But if you go in there and you say, hey, I got this information here, you might get a better story from them, or you might get the truth from them. Plus, you could investigate a little bit more. Now, as preppers, our job isn't to investigate. But if someone in your community might be accused of something and hey, he peed in public, he's not a sexual predator, having that information right in front of you to show people will actually help your community. So gather whatever information is out there, but it's called discernment. You have to do your research. You have to be wise. You have to be able to use that information right. But I would rather have the information sitting there at my fingertips than kicking myself saying, oh, I should have downloaded that. So you can do help for those on the list, because in a grid down situation, something bad happens, people know who's on the list, and they're going to say that. So if you have solid information and say, hey, you know what, the guy screwed up, he's not a sexual predator, he just had to go to the bathroom, or the guy went through a nasty divorce and he was placed on it, but he's not a rapist. So we can use information either way. You can use it to hurt people and harm people, or you can use it to help people in your community. Thanks for watching.